What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni, and welcome to the only bot in War Robots with a legitimate god mode built right in, with Marie Leclerc as legendary pilot and the Armadillo drone for unlimited resistance at some point. This thing literally becomes impossible to kill, even by entire teams jumping on you with the constant healing that you can do on this thing. So that's what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you're ready for it, because this is gonna be sick and insane, okay? So, let's go for it. But first, this, my friends, is Mech Arena, today's sponsor, and an awesome free-to-play fun robot shooter for your mobile devices and PC. In this action sequence, I love how the blue team completely dominates the reds. They get destroyed on every corner, and at the end they even take their beacon. Whether you play alone or with friends in co-op or custom games, Mech Arena is gonna make it worth your while. I've built a very unique tank setup here with double graviton beam, and when I connect the laser long enough with the enemy, they implode and take a whole bunch of damage. It's so much fun. Stay tuned for the long video coming later where I go into full detail about this setup. But yeah, that's the magic about this game. You can try so many different setups and builds and find your own playstyle that really fits to how you wanna play. This month we also have the Battle Pass Season 14 going on, so join in, don't miss out on the carnage, and use my QR code on screen or the links down below to kickstart your play with this special startup pack worth $30 and Rocket Mortar 6, Amateur Crate, and a special skin, and then come find me in the game under the name Just the Money. So here we are with the Mender Claw Jaw. You see the Marie Leclerc pilot here. All these amplifiers, those are the skills that we're using on it. And of course the Armadillo drone for maximum yummy goodness on the invincibility part of this robot. For 15 resistance points for every kill and every beacon we capture. We already come with 300,000 HP using no bonuses or not having any durability extenders from the battleship yet, but they will come in and over time and make it even more crazy. So we're already using our ability here, already healing past our HP, and of course keeping the Capris with us alive too. We're currently being boosted by a Capri, which makes us even more powerful, of course, and as long as I stay with that Capri, he will also benefit from the continuous healing that I can do. Now, I'm shooting down the yellow shield on the Seraph up there, so let's stay with the Capri, make sure he's gonna be boosted. Although now I see that this guy's going for our beacon, and I believe my Capri hasn't seen this. So I'm following him here over and make sure he's not going to turn our beacon red. There is a new yellow shield here that is a little bit annoying, but it's okay. It's not like we're gonna run out of HP anytime soon. So let's go for it. He's trying to capture the beacon. Obviously it's not gonna happen. And my Capri buddy has returned. He saw where I went and he stayed with me, which is awesome. And it's two Capris actually. Which I can of course heal up, and I'm gonna do this any moment now. As soon as the battle begins, because you know when you activate the ability on the Mender, you gain additional resistance points. So you're not gonna just do it because the button becomes available. You're gonna do it because you need to have extra resistance too, right? So the Capri to my left is really low on HP, but I'm still currently not being attacked. I'm waiting, I think, for the moment when the attack starts against me. And that may not have been the best choice in that situation. Just thinking about it, I think it would have been better for me to activate the healing here. I'm doing it now, keeping the Capri, or trying to keep the Capri alive, but there was so much firepower coming in from multiple different Titans and the Revenant at the same time. And you see how much firing I receive right now. I'm slowed, I'm getting hit by multiple Titan weapons, and of course the resistance breaking corrosion weapons on this Revenant in front of us. But you can also see that whenever I start to fire at that Rev, he actually takes a ridiculous amount of damage. And now that the Titans are not something I have to worry about, let me go inside the shield and show the Rev who's actually the boss in the fight, in the ring here. And that's clearly not him. You saw how quickly he went down, dude. That was crazy. Alright, so let's keep on going. I'm still thinking about it. I think maybe I should have used the healing before, but I believe with all the Titan firepower coming in, we would have lost our Capris there regardless. And now I think some of our teammates might be in Titans, which is also not such a bad idea. I already gotten a lot of resistance points from the kills we've gotten, from the beacons capped, so it becomes increasingly impossible for enemies to take me down at this point. And the weapons, Claw, Jaw, high firepower, and And very quick fixed reload so we can keep firing. So I'm inside this guy's shield, although I realize more often than not that it's almost impossible to get inside the inner built-in shield of the Mars. It's very difficult to get inside that shield. It seems like similar to the Typhon shield that you can't really get inside. It's just some couple of shots you sometimes place from within. We're right now dropping an enemy Titan here. I'm walking away so he doesn't get me hit with his area splash, frog splash it's called. Now we're trying to drop him. Despite his resistant ability, I'm not sure why we're doing so much damage to him, but he still got killed. Maybe it's because the nuclear amp, but I don't think the nuclear amp resistance bypass actually goes through a Titan reflector. But if you know that better than I do, let me know. Yeah, so we're, meanwhile, look, the interesting thing is, with the durability extender of the battleship, you see we started the battle with 300,000 HP, right? So that would be 300,000 right here, the max HP, but now we have, well, we're not far from 300,000 and we only have half our HP left, right? So all the rest, that means we have now pretty much more than 500,000 maximum HP. We already gained 200,000 extra maximum durability on the Mender. If we just use our ability often enough, we would eventually get to that 500-something thousand HP threshold back. And that's something only the Mender really can do. I mean, the Demeter also has this 3 ppm whatever pilot who can also heal gray HP back, but not as effective as Marie Leclerc does. And again, this is something where I applaud Pixonic to bring back an older robot and give him something unique that makes him so relevant and powerful that you actually want to run this in the meta. And this is how balancing is done, in my opinion. This is really a perfect max level game design. That was really well done, Pixonic, and I enjoy this so much because, let's face it, the Mender was not really played much anymore, and then Marie Leclerc came and you saw Menders again because it was unique what he offered. What I didn't like so much is that they took this away from what the Demeter. The Demeter pilot also used to have this very powerful ability, and then they nerfed it. Maybe it was slightly too powerful, but I feel like it was nerfed a little too far then. But nonetheless, I think nerfing things subsequently is not the best way to do it, but this here definitely is. So big thanks here to Pixie for bringing this Mender back into the game. Meanwhile, by the way, you see I have 280,000 HP. You see it's getting more and more. They're shooting more and more at me, and I get more and more HP. It's like I said, you just can't kill this thing, and we're having a max fully ultra meta powerful Capri at us here, who's rocking the blast effect shotguns that bypass resistance with the bump effect, you know? But I'm slowing him down now with the battleship, and now I'm standing behind him and just shooting into his backside while he can't turn around anymore. Meanwhile, I'm at 303,000 HP, and this guy's given it everything he's got. He's given it everything he's got, and I'm just getting more and more and more and more HP, and it's not just him. This guy's curving bullets at me. The other dude is shooting from the left side. Another dude, if I go a little backwards, he will shoot from the other side too. And it's just, like I said, guys, you can't kill it. You can't kill it. Now it's 340,000 HP that we had for a second, and then we took a little extra hit. Dude, this is just freaking nuts, man. I love the Mender, and it's such a fun beast. If you enjoy this content, ladies and gentlemen, you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it so much. It helps me out a lot, and also it gets you notified when the next video comes live, and also when the next giveaway comes live, which is not far away. We had 2 last month, 200, I think, Seraphs it was, and then 100 Thor battleships. So yeah, stay tuned. We did 8 million damage just with a single Mender. And keep in mind, the healing is included in that statistic, so we did 8 million combined, healing and damage, although majority will be damage, but I think maybe 2.5 or 2 million might actually be healing. Remember, we haven't just healed ourselves, we also heal everybody around us with the same rate past their gray HP as we do it ourselves. So if you combine this playstyle with friends and play very well together, you're gonna end up with something that's way more powerful than what I've just shown you here, right? Because I've got to be honest with you, I'm still more like a solo player, right? I try to, use team play. I try to keep my buddies alive too when I have the opportunity, but ever so often it's so that you know, I kind of play more solo. It's kind of my style, or how I end up playing in most situations, right? And I could do, in all honesty, way better for my team if I stick with them and try to use more cooperation. But again, that requires conditions to be met, and I like to play without conditions. I like to play in a way where I do not need a certain condition to be met to be more effective. Anyways, we're here fighting off a powerful Fenrir tank after I've beaten the Hades. The Hades was, by the way, very powerful because he was using phase shift. He uses shield, and then he uses phase shift after his shield, and then he comes back with his shield. Very great, a powerful playstyle on the Hades there. Very dangerous. Now we have a Hawk and the Fenrir on us. I have just used my battleship for durability extender and extra shielding, which is very good against the laser beam from the Hawk. I'm constantly suppressed because my immunity amplifiers don't work yet. They will only work very, 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 very late after I've taken an enormous amount of damage. You either need multiple ones of those immunity amplifiers, or you have to take like 5 million damage or so to eventually receive the immunity against suppression. You see, I was suppressed again. And I constantly have to stop firing because I keep ending up being suppressed. Then my kill got stolen. I don't know how. I was fighting this Fenrir for 5 minutes, and then I get the kill, and the kill gets stolen by some single bullet coming from somewhere. I mean, this is frustrating because I need these kills for the resistance buildup on the Armadillo drone, right? It's not just for fun that I want a stats change, or I want, it's my kill. No, it's literally a bonus that I can get from killing enemies, because it's very important to do that. That's the point of the video, and also it keeps this robot and setup alive, right? So if somebody steals the kill that doesn't have an Armadillo drone, it's basically a wasted bonus at this point. Now the Revenant was trying to come in here, but as he has to recognize eventually is that while the Glacier and Rime are kind of powerful when you're fully loaded, once you're empty, the firepower is completely gone. And that's something that this Ravana unfortunately had to realize there. He can do a good amount of damage for a short time, and then it's like down to nothing. Then he basically don't do any damage anymore because the recharge rate of those weapons is enormously slow. So we're still at 250,000 HP, 260, 70 now. We're still boosting and healing. I'm getting inside his shield here, dropping him down to last stand. From within, don't care about that stupid shield, and then popping him once that thing is gone. Then we have an Arthur dropping by. He's coming in from this side. I think my weapons here are actually able to bypass his shield. I think, yeah, he wants me, but I have my shield up now. I can shoot him, and I'm going right through his Arthur shield, which is very, very good. Let's go to the side and shoot further into him from the side here. I'm using my ability now just to boost my max HP further. I don't need the resistance right now, but I had no other threat coming at me. And you see I'm dropping an Arthur, no problem. Kill got stolen again, unfortunately, but I'm dropping an Arthur, zero problems, despite him having Titan weapons and high level HP and resistance and whatnot. It may not have been a maxed Arthur, but still, it's quite interesting how quickly you can dispatch of an enemy Titan. So this guy, I'm trying to get him before he gets into too many stealths, and pop, there he goes, nice. So, durability extender on me, meanwhile more than 400,000 HP it was. But look, that was weird. I had more than 400,000 for a split second. Let me just show you this. I activate this, 390, okay? And then, bam, 413. Now I have 413,000, but only for a split second, and pop, it's down to 377 again. It seems like the game and the system isn't actually quite ready to understand all the bonuses. It seems like these overlapping effects, they kind of ruin themselves sometimes, which of course isn't supposed to happen, but it does happen regardless. I'm using my ability here again to boost my max HP, but you see now I really have a problem. This guy, with his absolute max Titan weapons, bypasses my resistance, and that is the resistance that I heavily worked for to get during all these times when I got kills. And then I have another Ares coming from there. I have the enemy Orochi to my left. And it's just a nightmare. I'm still dropping the Orochi. There comes a Mars robot and the Ares. The enemy Titan is back in the air firing me from another side. And eventually it was like a situation I just couldn't get out of anymore. I really got myself into a stupid situation with too many enemies that I could no longer escape from. But yeah, it's gonna happen sometimes, and especially when you killed so many enemies. I mean, eventually they are gonna get mad, right? They will get mad, and they are going to want to take you down. And I would feel the same way. If I get 3 times down by the same frickin' Mender, and it seems like he's getting more and more powerful every time he does it, eventually I'll be like, you know what? Let me just try and end this guy. It can't be that this happens to me. And this is similar to what these guys are doing. And I think eventually they came in and they decided that I've done enough. I've done enough. And so yeah, I did enough apparently. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the Mender as the God mode robot, legitimate God mode built into the machine once you equip that legendary pilot. If you combine it with the Armadillo drone, it becomes it's just ridiculous at that point. And it's fun because it's an older robot, not much firepower actually, only 2 light and 1 medium weapon, so you can't really say the Mender is incredibly overpowered. It's a mix between the module setups, the battleship, and of course, as usual, the mix of all the meta content, the drones, the passive the modules, the pilot, and all of it together with the weapons that are very powerful. But in the end, it makes an old robot come back to the life, and I think that part is at least something to applaud, and I like it. And hopefully, you guys had a fun time watching this. Also, again, thanks to Mech Arena for sponsoring this video here. I'm really thankful for that too. Go ahead and check out the game if you haven't yet, because it's also really fun to do and to play. And yeah, I catch you in the next video, ladies and gentlemen. That's Manni-Gaming signing off. Bye-bye.